going to be sharing how I make my burrito bowl. This one is packed up and ready to go, even though I'm working from home. It's still really good to have your food ready and available. You're more likely to eat well. You're most likely to eat enough. So I'm going to show you how to make this. It's really easy. And let's get to it. Let's take a look at our ingredients. Today I'm going to be using black beans, and I'm going to be using dried beans that I'm going to cook in my Instant Pot, but any kind of beans that you have are fine. We're going to be using rice. I prefer brown instant rice. It just seems to work the best for me, but any kind of rice will work. We're going to be using just plain old sweet corn that you would find in the freezer section of your grocery store. We're going to be using some different spices. So we've got garlic powder and onion powder, chili powder, upside down chili powder, cumin, whole cumin, and turmeric. Once we prepare all that, we're going to be packaging it up with some green leafy vegetables, so any kind of green leafy vegetables that you have. I like to garnish it with hot peppers. Those are the tricolor hot peppers or jalapenos. And we like the tamed jalapenos if you can find them, because they seem to maintain their crunch. We're going to be making a dressing today out of hemp seed, which you can get at your local health food store or on Amazon. Especially right now, you're probably going to get it from Amazon. Any kind of acid. So I have some lime juice, but there's barely any in there. So today I'm going to be using apple cider vinegar. You can use fresh lemon or lime juice, but any kind of acid. Then you're going to want pepper, some salt, and garlic. That will all be part of the sauce that we're going to be making. It's a creamy white sauce for those who might be missing out on dairy. We are also going to need about 1/3 to 1/4 cup of oats, 1/4 to 1/3, which way did that go? And that's going to be added to our sauce. The next step in this food prep video will be to prepare our beans. So I have taken the beans from the bag and put them in a colander so I can rinse them before I put them in my Instant Pot. I'm not exactly sure why, but it seems to be recommended. At this point, you're going to take your corn, put that back in the freezer, take anything that you know that came out of your refrigerator and put it back so you don't get wilted things, because it's going to be about an hour for the beans to cook. The next step is to make the beans. So I've put them in some water and I'm adding some salt. The water comes about 1 inch above the beans, or to your second knuckle. That's how I measure it. We're going to add garlic powder, onion powder and cumin, it's garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, turmeric, and chili powder. So I may not have this in the right order. And this is going to give this that really lovely chipotle bean flavor that you would get at Chipotle, rather than some places where you go, perhaps you get black beans that are not seasoned at all and they're rather bland and boring. So we're going to put this in our Instant Pot on the bean setting. It's easy as that. So here's the Instant Pot. You lock it, press the bean or chili button, and just leave it to do its thing. The next step will be to make the rice. So again, I'm just using a box of instant rice. This is like $2 maybe at Aldi. And we're going to put it in a strainer or colander so that we can rinse it very well. Again, I'm not sure why we do that, but it seems like a wise thing to do. So you can see I don't even measure anymore at this point, but you can just do it according to the box directions. I like to pile it in my colander, rinse it, and then I dump it in a saucepan You can also do this in your Instant Pot, but I find instant rice so easy on the stove. We're going to then cover it with water. So about twice as much water as you have rice. I don't measure it, I just put it in there. We're going to bring it to a boil. We're going to cover it, bring it to a boil, and then just let it sit, turn it off, let it sit, and you'll have perfect rice every time. Since we had all that packaging on our counter, even though I know it's all been disinfected, I'm going to use my CDC approved bleach mixture to just sanitize that area as an extra layer of protection during this time. And then I'm just going to wash my hands. You can see I'm not wearing any nails because I feel like I can't keep my hands clean with nails on. Now it's time to make our hemp seed sauce. So we're going to take our hemp seed hearts, and I really don't measure again here, but I'm going to measure today so I can show you at least kind of an idea of how much you need. So I have my cylinder from my bullet, and I'm going to just keep adding hemp seed until it looks about right. Probably about maybe half a cup. I'm not sure. It's about 5 tablespoons apparently when I eyeball it and measure at the same time. I'm going to add a little bit of acid. So today I'm using apple cider vinegar. You really just want to splash of that. Maybe a tablespoon probably. We're going to add oats. So I'm adding, that's 1/3 cup measurement. So just chuck that in there. I'm going to add a good dose of salt and some fresh cracked pepper. You can add nutritional yeast at this point if you wanted to have a slight cheesy taste, but I don't really like that. This is more like a ranch dressing or a, I guess just like a ranch dressing. It's also very heavily flavored with garlic. So we're going to get, oops, I dropped a little bit of garlic skin in there, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything, is it? No, it's in there now. So get a couple decent sized cloves. We like a lot of garlic, and I'm making quite a decent amount of hemp seed sauce. So I'm just going to take your garlic, and you can do that culinary smash thing, but for some reason I don't do that. I don't know why. Now I'm going to take this over to the fridge and I'm going to add water. It's probably going to be about equal parts water to dry measure, but you don't want to fill it all the way to the top because you're going to put it on your bullet. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Forgive the noise, I just wanted to show you how it turns into a white creamy sauce. So normally I would use fresh salsa, but I barely have any at this point. That's also from Aldi's, cheap. But what I do have are some diced tomatoes, so we're going to have, we're going to use what we can at this point. Once your rice is perfectly cooked, you're going to want to stir it around to let some of the heat out, because I'm trying to get this done so I can go to bed. I'm going to put it, and I typically would do this anyway, I'm going to put it in a bigger, cool bowl, and also a bigger bowl than the saucepan so that I have room to mix everything and it doesn't fall out all over the going to add, again, I would normally just dump a whole container of salsa in there, but I don't have any. So I have these diced tomatoes, and they were kind of big, so I just got to stuck my knife down in there and chopped them up a little bit, but it didn't look very sophisticated, so I didn't film that part. So we're just gonna dump that into the bowl with the rice. The rice is a little hotter than I'd like it to be, but I think we can work with it. So I'm gonna add some turmeric. It's gonna give it that lovely yellow color, and it's an anti-inflammatory nutrient. Going to add some, I think that's chili powder. Yes, chili powder. And one thing I didn't mention before was parsley. And because I'm not using salsa, I'm not getting a variety of colors, so we eat with our eyes. So I'm going to add a nice good pinch of parsley. And a little bit of cumin. The flavor that is in the beans is going to be matched in the rice, and it just makes everything a lot more special. This is going to make a lot of lunches. I'm thinking 10 at least. And you can see that all of these ingredients are really, really affordable and really easy. So we're just going to stir that all together. And that is going to be a wonderful starchy, no oil, no fat lunch. Keep you going. Fiber feeds the microbiome in your gut, which is where your immunity is strengthened when you eat fiber. Microbiome loves vegetables, fiber, and fruit. So keep playing with the flavors and the colors until it looks like something that you would like to eat every day. We're ready to start putting everything together. You can see here that the beans are just delicious. They've made their own kind of sauce. It's got a kind of a Tex-Mex sauce, and we're going to start a little assembly line once we get all our ingredients out and start putting them together. And I'll keep going until I run out of food or it's time to go to bed. Here's that hemp sauce. Now that it's been in the refrigerator, you can see how it really thickened up to that decadent kind of ranch texture. We've got our reusable containers, and we're just going to start assembling. So I don't even measure, but it's a good amount of food, and it's heavy. It's literally heavy, so it's really going to fill you up and keep you satiated and keep you going all day. So this is just the way I do it. I put the rice and the beans on one side, and then I layer the corn, just frozen right out of the bag, into that last little part there. Hello, doggy. And I top it with some green leafy vegetables. And what I do typically when I eat this is I take the green leafy vegetables out so I can heat it up, or I put it all in a bowl. One thing I didn't say before was you can, optional, you can add some onions. Red onion would be really pretty. I didn't have any. And then add your whatever you like. I like jalapenos. I know some people even put pineapple on their burrito bowls. So you can see that if I had some salsa, you could add a little bit more color. Or you could add red peppers or anything, but I like to put a little bit of this hemp seed sauce on, and that just makes it very special. And when I eat it, I would put a lot of hot sauce on it. Normally I have Frank's, but I don't have any right now, and I found that in the cupboard, and I was very happy. So there you go. You can pop a lid on it, stack them in your fridge, hand one to your family members as they go out, and I'm just going to keep going. And there you have it. Burrito bowl to go. Make sure you eat your plants, get your exercise every day, do the best you can to stay well, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.